As we inch closer to the 2023 Rugby World Cup, who is the best hooker on earth? That's the discussion I'm starting right now with another player power ranking. Yeah, this time looking at hooker. And well, leave your comments. Tell me what you think of the top 10 that I've assembled. And just to demonstrate that I do read and take on board the comments, I'm going to start with there's the top 10 I came up with last time. Some people in the comments, thank you very much for them, suggested, hey, Tim, why don't you show us the top 10 you came up with before so we can compare to what it is now? Well, there you go. About 6 months ago, that was my list. I'm Tim. This is Egg Chasers. Really hope that I earn your subscription on the video. So much content coming from France. I will be in France next Wednesday, and then for the following 7 weeks after that, getting you all sorts of content. So hit that little like button as well. The top 10, then here we go. Compare that to, well, one new face. And you'll see little arrows at the bottom indicating whether a player's gone up or gone down. And Pierre Bougarit is new into the top 10. France's third choice hooker, La Rochelle hooker, 25 years of age. He's been tearing it up when he has got the opportunity. And France's talent pool is so stacked that he's had to wait patiently for his opportunity. He would be starting for many international teams if he were of a different nationality. He is a real all-rounder, explosive ball carrier, solid set piece, and a two-time European champion. Will he have a world title to add to that? We're going to find out in the next couple of months. Number 9, and someone else who jumps up a spot, George Turner, who in a really crowded field of good Scottish hookers, he has emerged as the clear number 1 and a talismanic figure. He's aged 30, so he's a real experience at this point. And Scotland are going to need to draw on all that experience if they're to get out of their pool. Can he get them over the line? I like George Turner a lot. He's had a really good year or so and deserves to be hopping up a spot to number 9. In my opinion, tell me if you disagree. Someone who's going down a spot, but not because they're playing poorly, Piato Malvaca, France's backup hooker. 3 spots in, 2 Frenchmen already. Piato Malvaca plays for Toulouse. He's actually deceptively big because he looks quite an athletic build. He's about best part of 19 stone, and I think like 120 odd kgs. He can shift though, real all rounder, and he's been brilliant when France have needed him. When he comes off the bench, he's added something. The only reason he's gone down a spot to number 8 is a reflection of how good Samisoni Taukei'aho has been for New Zealand, and doesn't it feel. I fully expect that this isn't just the only time he's going to go up in these power rankings. The sky is the limit. He could be number 1, and he's on that trajectory. Put my teeth back in. Really, really good player. I mean, Tongan born and bred, and he's got that abrasive quality you expect from Tongan front row players. Loves a bit of Bosch, but he's got some soft skills as well. About 19 odd stone, and yeah, he is a baller. Really excited about Samisoni Taukei'aho in the years ahead. And, well, New Zealand are going to need him during this Rugby World Cup. He will definitely be challenging and probably moving above in the years ahead. Bongi Mbonambi, who stays at number 6, has won it all. This will probably be his last World Cup. 32 years of age now, part of the famous Bomb squad. Well, no, he started, didn't he? Did he start the Rugby World Cup final in 2019? I think he did. Came in after the 2015 World Cup. So he's been part of an incredibly successful period for South Africa. And over 60 caps, huge experience, just an animal of a player. So, yeah, Bongi Mbonambi at number 6. At number 5, Cody Taylor, who has dropped down a spot. Again, that is not a reflection of Cody Taylor, his performances. I love him. And it's nice to see him as kind of the main man. When New Zealand won the 2015 World Cup, Cody Taylor was third choice, young gun. And I think he might have only played one game against one of the poorer sides, like Namibia or something like that. But no, he is the man right now. And watching him and Dane Coles having that battle for the shirt over the years before, both of them kind of revolutionised the way hookers play, getting in those wide channels, running outside breaks like he could play centre. Love Cody Taylor. He is my number 5. And at number 4, Julien Marchand, who is just a ridiculous specimen. It's mad, isn't it? Toulouse alone, one club, have got 2 people in the top 10. Malvaca and Marchand both play for Toulouse, the same club, the same country, and they're both in the top 10. Marchand is... Well, he's like... This is the modern hooker, isn't it? The prototypical modern hooker now. You've got to be able to do something more than the set piece. And Marchand can do it all. Great ball carrier. His work over the ball on the deck. He's as good as most open side flankers. Love him. Number 3, Julien Montoya. Oh my goodness, has he had a good year? There's an argument. I was thinking about this. That there is an argument by the time his career comes to an end, because he's still only 29. He's got a tough paper round. He looks about 35, but that's because he puts his head in some horrible places for his team. He's closing in on 100 caps. There's an argument he could be Argentina's greatest ever player. He'd certainly be in the conversation. He's that good, and it just shows how good the fleet of hookers are at this Rugby World Cup. That he's at number 3 because he's absolutely awesome. His set piece is brilliant, maul specialist, and he's just a talismanic leader. And every team he's in massively misses him when he's not about. So, still only 29. Just it's got a lot of gas in the tank yet. Julien Montoya is number 3. Number 2 is Malcolm Marx. Another guy who's incredible at the breakdown, and Jackal's like better than most sevens, and he's a bull of a ball carrier. And another guy who is still only 29. This World Cup, Malcolm Marx is in his prime. I'm delighted to see that he's no longer part of the bomb squad, and he seems to be the first choice, and South Africa are getting him on the park from the start because he's an animal. You can tell he used to be a flanker. He's a big unit. He is my number 2 though, so you'll notice numbers 2, 3, 4, and 5 have all dropped down a spot, and that's because leaping from 5 to 1 in my hooker top 10 is Dan Sheehan. This kid is world class, and I say kid because he's 24 years of age. The meteoric rise he's had. He's another player that used to be a flanker and has converted to hooker. 6'3", 17.5 stone. He plays like an international back row. He probably could slot in quite happily as an international back row. He is again evolving the way that hookers play. Brilliant in the wide channels. Can run hard in heavy traffic. Solid set piece. He's so important to Ireland that his recovery from his injury, or his injury not being as serious as was previously thought, is a massive boost. I don't think there's another player, Gary Ringrose maybe, in the Ireland squad who they would miss more. He's probably worth a score in any game that he plays. So in a tight game against South Africa or Scotland in the pools, having Dan Sheehan available, absolutely massive. Love him. And Dan Sheehan is my number 1. Do you agree? There we go. That's how it looks. Pierre Bougarit, the one new face. Players jumping up, players jumping down. Dan Sheehan, my number 1. That is hooker. Next one, of course, is tight head prop. And on it goes. Hit subscribe so you don't miss a second of all of these videos and of all the coverage from the Rugby World Cup.